Hi, performers and achievers. Welcome to Performers and Achievers Daily with me, Gavurla. In today's episode, talking about the importance of you creating and controlling your environment and you creating and controlling your situational environment. See, the environment around you is important, is it not? Look at your home. You have things placed where they are because that's how you like them placed. That's where you like them. You have your garage and it's arranged the way it is. Your home looks a specific way. Wherever you are at work, your environment's a specific way when you're playing sports or going to the gym. And then with your family. And so there's the physical environment and how you are creating and controlling that physical environment. And these occur as you are aware and then make a choice on your response or reaction. And then there's the other kind of environment, which is more situational environment, where it's a little more challenging because now it's a lot of times it's in real time and you're talking about another person or more than one person. So again, you're aware of you're creating and controlling the situational environment. However, you're aware of the cue or the trigger, and then the awareness of your choice. You have a choice. So you think and you react or respond so that you receive some type of reward, benefit. There's something meaningful from it. It's something that moves the needle forward. These are very important. Now, the key points to remember is you're creating and controlling your environment or situational environment. And the way that you're doing that is with your leadership. Just as an individual, you're in leadership. And you're doing that with your communication skills. And so this is very important because if it's the other way around and your environment or situational environment is dictating to you or creating and controlling you, then there's an issue, there's a problem. That's when, for example, you come home and although you have a good home and you're thankful for having a home, you start thinking everyone's got a home. What's so great? What's so good? And you don't realize how much fulfillment there is in owning a home or having a home to live in. So these are very important. And your home becomes when you create and control your environment in your situational environment in your home too. You have family probably or people that come over, guests, friends, etc. But it's a peaceful environment. It's a enjoyable experience, sometimes a fun experience. You have contentment. It's one of your happy places, happy environment. So these are all situations where your environment is important. When you buy a new laptop for your work, You're creating and controlling your environment. Some laptops are different than others. You're doing it so by lots of ways. You're looking at the design. You're looking at its capabilities. You're looking at what it allows you to do versus what your previous computer would allow you to do. You're looking at a lot of factors. You're looking at the price. You're looking at the model. You're looking at, okay, where do I receive support for this? So you're looking at a lot of factors. Really, anything that you're involved with daily, you're creating and controlling your environment. Now, one of the other ways, although we don't have control of the weather, you create and control your environment in the sense of you're aware of the weather and you make a choice. You make a choice to be rewarded from the weather. Well, it's a nice day today. I can go outside and go barefooted and do some grounding, maybe do some stretches outside, sit outside, soak in some rays, or it's raining. Ah, good it's raining. Good for the grass, good for the water supply. I stay home and read a book. It'll be nice. Just have a calm day, a little more quiet day, read a book, drink some coffee. We'll get out in it a little bit later when we go to dinner. So all of these are choices you're making every day. You're aware of them. So that's very important. And yes, keep in mind people. Could be family, could be colleagues, could be friends, could be citizens. That's where situational environment comes to play. Could be customers. And that becomes a little more skill is required there. And again, it's leadership by each person, it's communication, and it's a sense, intuition, a feel sometimes. What's the climate like? You can sense all this when you're in a room to some extent. And you can also address it instead of just sticking with it so that we can clear the air so that we can have a productive meeting or a meeting that's moving the needle. Or you could come into a room and you notice that everybody's just sort of quiet and looking a little drabby for whatever reason. And all of a sudden you're like sort of a little tired too. And not really sure what happened. And then you realize it's too hot in here. And you cool down the room and voila. The room is more lively. It's more engaging. You're creating and controlling the environment. And it's beneficial for everyone. That's what I have for you today. If you like my podcast, like it. For those of you who are interested in my private, personal, professional, confidential programs and services, visit my website, rajgavurla.com. Fill out the brief form and we will contact you as soon as we can. Enjoy your day.